Come over here. Are you done with all the fun and games yet?
In for the kill!
Here's a reward.
Look in the head.
Okay. Follow my lead.
Right.
What's the holdup?
Now then.
Let's do it.
Out of my way!
I'll take you on.
Wanna play, do we?
Let's do it.
Something wrong? Yeah. I won't hold back.
Say goodnight.
And that's the
You
end.
picked the wrong opponent.
Learning more every day. Doing better than I...
Ain't this a story from back home? Who knew a junior detective could throw haymakers like that? Nah, only out here would you find a cop stronger than a Yakuza.
Stronger. Ha! He's good, but I wouldn't go that far. Yeah, I get it now, though. No wonder Tokyo PD got these city Yakuza neutered so bad, huh? Right, champ?
Sorry about him. He doesn't say much.
That's a good quality in people. Strong and silent. Actually, it reminds me of a guy we knew.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking the same thing. Kiryanaki. Same kind of mojo.
Oh?
Exactly. Something about this quiet son of a gun reminds me so much of him.
Huh. Is that so? I'm not sure. After all, I've known Kiryu much longer than you two would have. No offense, but he's much cooler than this one.
No, you know what? That's a very good point. I mean, look at him. The guy, sure, look at this guy. I mean, Kiryanaki was way more badass.
Okay, probably so.
Although, strange how alike your names are. Kiryu, Kiryuin, right?
Both names sound tough, I'd say. Except Kazuma Kiryu. Whew! Man, that name's just on another level for us. From the moment we first met him, he redefined what the Yakuza meant.
That he did.
Oh. What did he do for you? Was it even a change for the better, do you think?
Well, that's hard to say. Kiryu Aniki guided us through dark times. Our patriarch Hirose died. So did Chairman Kurusu. Onomichi's big secret came out, and it's still getting attention. And then, the man we took as our Aniki got killed. Oh, could have asked him so much more. Just stormed in one day and fixed up messes. Like pulling up every rotten weed that's sprung since World War II. Now, the police say that Kazuma Kiryu took all the other mysteries with him to his grave. But that's gotta be a load of bull. They gotta know more than they're telling us.
Plus, all the big shot politicians got their asses saved by the cover-up. Those, Daidoji, what do you call them? Of course, they're the reason the Ome Alliance made us a direct subsidiary.
I guess the Hirose family came out all the better thanks to Kiryu Aniki at the end of the day. Nowadays, we got way more prestige. The Onomichi locals tease us about it, though.
I think that's a good thing. Huh? Wouldn't you agree?
But putting all that aside, there's something about the whole thing that still hurts.
Yeah, you got that right.
What is it, if I may ask?
The Hirose family's down to just 3 proper members between Captain Nagumo and us. Our youngest officer was named Yuta, and he's off in Okinawa living his dream life. Good for him. But his Yakuza just feels like things are never gonna be as good as they were then. Kiryu Aniki inspired us to heights we never imagined ourselves in.
Seriously, Kazuma Kiryu's final battle, and we were there to see it. Hiroshima woke up for one big, incredible moment. Then went back to being the same old sleepy town as it ever was. Just empty and tired.
Helps knowing Patriarch Hirose would have wanted it that way. Plus, he got to spend his last minutes fighting Kazuma Kiryu with everything he had. When he died, it looked like he was at peace.
Yeah, I will never forget that.
For the old man, part of it must have been finally not having to do Takeru Kurusu's dirty work anymore. Even still, he was a model Yakuza, and he died a Yakuza's death.
More and more, I've been getting into dumbass fights like that one. Just looking to cash my chips in.
If you two hadn't stopped us, we might have died bleeding out in this cheap hostess bar.
Now that's a Yakuza's death.
Just a red stain on a tacky carpet. A long ways from home. How the hell did it get this bad without us even noticing? Between Hirose-san and Kiryu Aniki, all we talk about anymore is the ones we lost. Same old shit every day, over and over. They could see us right now, they'd be ashamed. And you know what? It was seeing Kiryu-san fight just now that made me realize it.
Say that again.
Funny how little things like that can open your eyes. What's going on now? Are you leaving? I'm still buying. No need to quit early.
That's all right. We're headed home. Seiryu clan's been investigated by us enough, I'd say. Right now, all I want is to tell Captain Nagumo everything that happened here tonight.
Oh, what will you say to him?
That over in Jinsho, we finally met someone Kuryaniki might have seen something in. Now, Cap will never believe us, not in a million years. He'll say we're drunk and stupid. But I'm gonna tell him, even if it shouldn't have been possible, I saw what I saw tonight.
So did I.
Oh, well, that's great. All right, I won't keep you any longer.
In that case, let me say one last thing to you both. The Seiryu clan's plot, all these Yakuza amassing underneath them, they can't be trusted. Hiroshima needs to stay as far out of this as it can.
With respect and all, no shit, Detective. That Ebina's a smooth-talking swindler, but the Yomei Alliance ain't dumb enough to fall for it. Hiroshima will steer clear of the conflict. Promise you that.
Of course, Kiryu-san. Your advice is appreciated. We're bidding Yokohama farewell now, if that's all right.
Okay. Nice meeting you.
It's good to see you, Kiryu-san.
Maybe I'm crazy, but I get the feeling they might have figured you out.
Maybe they did.
Sheesh. If your boys ended up in that brawl, it could have painted a target on the entire Yomei Alliance. And to avoid getting sucked into war, easiest thing would be to cut off the Hirose family and be done with it.
Yeah.
That said, it was reckless of you to jump in there. Don't come crying to me if you get busted.
Do you think I'm blaming you? I'm very grateful. If not for your initiative, I never would have spoken to those two again. Back in Hiroshima, I made a mess of things, and I left without fixing them. I didn't deserve to know what happened next. But I was always curious.
And I'm glad we did what we did.
Thanks for the drinks. I'll see you again.
Till then, good night, Kiryu.
Are you tired?
Got it. Thanks for the report. I'll be there soon. You guys have to stand down. We won't come out of this unscathed, considering we're up against Hanchul Sa.
What's going on? You were just on the phone with a subordinate, right?
Sorry? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, I just finished my drink, so I'll be leaving now.
Wait, Sunhee. It sounded like you don't have enough hands on deck.
Psh, I'm the queen of Komi Jewel. I always have enough hands.
Suzuki-san, it's rare for you to be stood up.
I doubt I even had a chance. Do you happen to know anything about what Sunhee is dealing with right now?
As much as it pains me to snitch, it seems that a hostile faction in Komi Jewel started an insurrection.
An insurrection?
About 10 of them, all led by Hanchul Sa, have been attacking one Liumang shop after another. It's likely they're aiming to start a war as quickly as they can to try and overthrow Sunhee-san.
Things have already escalated that far?
As the queen, she needs to bring Komi Jewel under control herself before the Liumang retaliates.
Which Liumang spots are they hitting up? Do you know where they are?
I take it you intend on helping her?
Of course.
I understand how you feel, but you ought to know that Sunhee-san can't accept an outsider's help. Unless she demonstrates authority and resolves this situation herself, the same thing will keep happening.
Please, time is of the essence. There's no way I could relax and knock back some drinks after hearing all that.
That's not the only problem, by the way. I've noticed she's been trying to act tougher than usual whenever she's around you. My guess is that she wants to look more put together in front of her hero. You should be more considerate. Take her feelings into account.
Now's not the time for that.
Oh, right. I do have something that could come in handy. Wear this, and you'll look like any other Komi Jewel. Sunhee-san won't even bat an eye.
That's genius. I owe you one, bartender.
Enough, Hanchul Sa! I have always thought of you as a hero. Why would you do this?
That's right. I am a hero. But should a hero be forced to spend the rest of his life under the thumb of a little girl? Only a man of brute force, undeterred by bloodshed, can rule the underworld. Not a woman like you. I'm taking what is rightfully mine.
So that's Hanchul Sa.
Take a good look, Sunny. Don't your underlings make for a pathetic sight? They actually thought they stood a chance against me. Arrogant greenhorns. There's no soldier worth his salt within the present-day Komijul. I've spent my days wreaking carnage during the Tojo clan's prime. I will bring change to this pitiful organization of yours. What's so funny?
You, Hanshul-sa. You've gone senile. Sounds like you're under the impression that you could beat me, if only by brute force.
Of course I can. But I'll let this slide, as long as you get on your knees and surrender. And swear to all of Ijincho that you're relinquishing your post as Komijul's commander-in-chief.
That's all? Anything else?
Let's see. Ah, yes. Strip off your clothes when you kneel. Imagine. The Queen of Komijul surrendering while nude. Don't you know? The common man loves a good show. And you were never one who served to please.
Huh. Good to hear.
Huh?
The proud warrior I once knew is dead to me now. And the lowly, boorish man I see here is nothing but a shell of his former self. Now I have no qualms meting out punishment as your leader.
Foolish girl. You only have a single underling left on your side. Give it up. You can't win.
Shh, don't listen to him. I will win. Even if I have to fight alone. If you want to run, now's your chance.
No, I cannot do that. Whatever you decide, I will see it through to the end, Sunhee.
That voice.
Don't pay me any mind. Hanshul-sa is approaching, so please brace yourself for battle.
Right.
Look lively, men. It's time for a new era. Down with the Queen!
Bring it on!
Let's do it.
I'll take you on. Something wrong?
Try to block this. Here's a reward.
Follow my lead. What's the holdup?
It's my turn.
I won't hold back. No holding back.
Let's do it.
Follow my lead.
It's over!
Wanna play? It's my turn.
I won't hold back. Pretty bold.
You picked the wrong opponent.
How could I, the Hanshul-sa, have lost?
Poor judgment, I'd say. That's just too bad. For you, I mean. Age has not been kind to you, Since you messed with the Liumang, I'll just hand you over to them so they can decide what to do with you. Unfortunately, that means I can't guarantee your life.
No, please! Wait, Sunny! I'm sorry. I was in the wrong.
In the underworld, you can't play ignorant and expect to get away with it. You were the one who taught me that. Hey, you! Thanks for the help. You really saved me back there. I didn't know we had someone like you in our organization.
It's an honor to be of service to the Queen.
Why don't you take off your mask?
My apologies, but it is more imperative to tend to the injured as soon as possible. Pardon me, ma'am, but I should go look for help.
Fine. Go on ahead. Have you been drinking here ever since I left earlier? Kiryu-san, a long drinking session is no good for your health, you know?
It's fine. I didn't drink that much.
Then I guess I'll take this seat. So... did the bartender lend you that Komi Jewel mask?
Sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ah, looks like I made you worry quite a bit. But if that's how you want it, I'll play along. Right, bartender? You got involved too, didn't you?
I'm afraid I'm just as in the dark as you are.
Sure, of course you are. God, neither of you open up about your past or your secrets very easily. You two are certainly veterans in that field.
How about a drink, Sunhee? Just relax. Try not to give the bartender such a hard time.
You two might be the only ones alive who'd treat me like a child. Then again, perhaps that's why I'm rather fond of this bar. To good friends and good drinks. Cheers.
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 So what happened to that one trader in Komi Jewel? What was his name again? Hanchol-sa?
You're still keeping up the act? Huh. Well, my lips are sealed. It's a Komi Jewel issue. Outsiders don't need to know. Okay, dealing with Kiryu-san is one thing, but why is the bartender smirking? That's poor customer service, you know.
Look at her, giving us the cold shoulder.
Yeah, she has a point. That won't fly in the service industry, bartender.
All right, you two.
Okay, got it. Don't worry about that. Just let me know straight away from now on. Yeah, thanks.
What's up? Is there a problem?
Yeah, something came up at the club. I don't want to bore you with the details, Kiryu-san.
I can't ignore my friends when they're in trouble. If you've got a problem, there is no way I'm turning a blind eye to it.
Really? Wow. Kinda happy to hear that. It's just a minor issue, honestly, but those do tend to pair perfectly with some drinks.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Sadly, no. I don't think so.
So, a problem at the club, was it? That usually means sales aren't up to snuff, or the staff got headhunted.
Or sometimes you'll have the Yakuza harassing you, trying to make you cough up protection money.
I hear the Seiryu clan hasn't been going around doing that lately.
Really now? Good to hear. But yeah, one of our business rivals is headhunting our girls. Of course, that's not illegal here in Ijincho. Since the economy's down, everyone's desperate to survive.
How many girls did they poach from you?
So far, just the one, but it looks like they approached 4 or 5 other girls.
That's no minor issue.
If they all get headhunted, we're done for. I taught these girls everything they know. We won't be able to keep the club running without them. But that's not the worst of it. People are saying I'm trying to close up shop, which only makes it easier to drive these girls away from us.
Wait, they're saying what now?
Rumor has it that I'm totally on board with marrying that consulting firm CEO. It's true he hasn't been subtle about it, so other people assume I'm happy about the whole thing. That makes the rumor about me shutting down the club seem more plausible.
If that's really the case, then no wonder the girls think it'd be better to move to another club.
And the cherry on top? Nobody told me about the headhunting right away because they cared about my happiness. In fact, they finally let me know in that last phone call.
Really? And you didn't want to tell me? This is getting out of hand.
Honestly, I'm more shocked that my girls kept this from me. Especially because I figured telling them to open up to me would be the best way to keep things casual. By the way, is it just me, or is there just too fine a line between caring and being overbearing lately?
When you climb up to a higher position, that may create a rift between you and other people. It happens. But something's bugging me about the headhunting.
Huh? What about it?
Don't you think this could all be a setup?
A setup? By who?
The CEO of the consulting firm who's been pursuing you. It all makes sense. His constant proposals made it easier for the girls to leave the club.
You really think so?
All the girls at your club were trained by you, so they likely feel a deep sense of gratitude. Normally, they wouldn't be persuaded so easily. They would have reported to you right away, so you could deal with it appropriately.
Yeah, that's how it should have gone, but
Too much of a stretch?
I've told you before, right? That CEO's loaded, so he's not exactly strapped for cash. Why would someone like that be headhunting hostesses?
That's true.
And I don't mean to flatter myself here, but he takes each and every proposal seriously. If this was some kind of marriage scam, I would have seen right through him.
Can't argue against that.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to blow up at you. But I'll look into this incident anyway, just in case, to see if he's involved.
Sorry if I offended you. I crossed the line even though I don't know much about running a business.
It's fine. No offense taken. You're pretty much the only one who'd hear me out on these kinds of things lately, Kiryu-san.
I'm glad I could lend you an ear. Feel free to try and bore me all you want.
I think I might take you up on that.
I've got some more fight in me.
Irashaimase.
Dante here, Kiryu. If you have time, come to Harbor Light, will you?
Sure, understood. I'll be there.
First impressions are key.
We're bringing it back. Now's the time.
Oh, good to see you, Kiryu. Are you set? I'd like to take you somewhere. I assume you're ready to go?
I'm prepared.
All right. Our guest this time came all the way from Kyushu. Chief Nakajima of Nagasu Taxi.
Chief Nakajima.
He looked after you during your stint as a cab driver back in Fukuoka, didn't he? Hey, what's up? You remember him, right? Don't tell me I wasted my time calling him here.
You didn't. Besides, I wouldn't be that ungrateful. It's just... I never thought I'd see him again. Chief Nakajima was about the only civilian I spent a lot of time with.
You tried running from your past back then, too, didn't you? Even went by the alias Taichi Suzuki and everything. Trouble always finds you somehow. In the past and even now.
You said you called a chief here? How was he? He must be getting along in years now. Did he seem well?
Oh, I don't know. Why don't you go see for yourself?
What? Did something bad happen to him?
Oh, good heavens, I can't drink that much. Well, ain't this a pickle?
Oh, come on, Mr. Chief. Don't be shy. Today's a special treat, isn't it?
Well, you ain't wrong there. Speaking of which, Date-san's not here yet. Wonder what's taking him. This ain't a scam, right? You're not gonna rip me off.
Don't worry. Date-san gave me a rundown. That man's a real detective, you know.
Date-san, what was with that ominous look earlier?
Well, as you can see, he's doing great. Figured it'd make you appreciate the reunion more. Cab company's not exactly doing well, but the chief does everything he can to keep it going.
That's great. Glad to hear it.
Thought so.
Wait, Date-san, you've never met Chief Nakajima before, right? How did you even get him to come all the way here?
Well, I might have abused a bit of my police authority. Told him that I wanted to ask him about his former employee, Taichi Suzuki.
What?
Also told him it was a personal investigation and that we couldn't talk over the phone since the higher-ups don't know about it. I asked if he could come to Yokohama instead.
You do know how suspicious that sounds, right? I'm surprised the chief fell for that.
I offered to cover his travel expenses, so it's basically a paid vacation. His drinks at this club are even on me. Oh, don't give me that look, man.
What? I was just worried about you. You're always coming up with all these lies for me.
I thought I told you this before. I'm only doing all this because I want to. Don't sweat it.
10 years ago, he told me himself to come back and work for him again, no matter what. He gave me a hand when I hit rock bottom, and I was never able to thank him for that.
Got it. Guess it'll be on me to tell him all of that.
This place sure is a riot. Hey, maybe I ought to move to Yokohama myself.
Wow, would you really? Then you could come visit me every day. I'll be here waiting.
Boy, I do that and I'll be broke in no time.
Oh. Pleasure meeting you, Chief Nakajima. I'm Date. You been enjoying yourself?
Oh, gosh darn it, I'm sorry. Got a little carried away there. Nearly forgot I was meeting up with you, Mr. Detective.
No need for the formalities. Thanks for coming all the way here. Mind if I take a seat?
Oh, no, not at all. Please do. Still, to think Suzuki-san's name would come up again. But like I told you on the phone, the last I saw Suzuki-san was 10 years ago. How's that even gonna help the police?
Well, truth be told, I knew Suzuki personally outside my work as a detective. Honestly, I just wanted to have a drink with someone else who knew him. Sorry for making a fuss out of this, Chief.
Oh, no, it's fine. You even paid for me to travel here and all. Besides, I feel the same way about Suzuki-san. Wasn't one for words, but I could never forget him. Just that kind of fella, you know. So what happened? Did Suzuki-san cause some kind of incident? He ain't getting arrested, is he?
Huh? No, I'm not going to arrest him. See, Suzuki's been dead for a few years now.
Huh? Come again? You ain't pulling my leg or nothing.
You didn't know?
No, not at all. I had no clue. So that's what happened to Suzuki-san? I can't believe my ears. He was always so serious, a real dedicated fella.
Hey, something doesn't seem to be adding up here. Just double-checking. You were aware that Taichi Suzuki was a fake name, right?
A fake name? Nah, ain't no way. That doesn't sound right. No siree.
Uh-huh. Okay then, why don't you settle down and hear me out. Taichi Suzuki was a fake name. His real name was Kazuma Kiryu, a Yakuza from the Tojo clan, known as the Dragon of Dojima.
You're talking about the same Suzuki-san? Ah, it's gotta be a lie. Some big mistake. You ever consider that the Suzuki-san I know and the Suzuki-san you know are two different people?
Fine then. So that's how you want to play. Then explain this. Take a good look at this photo. This guy looks real familiar, doesn't he? Perhaps you've seen this on TV before. You're looking at Kazuma Kiryu. Shortly after this footage aired, he was sent to prison, then lost his life in Hiroshima.
Frankly, that don't sound like the Suzuki-san I know.
What? Really?
Guess I should have looked into your story more carefully before coming all the way out here. If I had known we were talking about two different people, I wouldn't have let you pay for my whole trip.
Now hold on, sir. What's with the act?
Huh?
We both know for a fact that Kiryu went by Suzuki in Kyushu. So why are you pretending you don't know him?
Well, I ain't pretending. There was just a little mix-up. Sorry, my mistake. I'll even pay for my own drinks, too. Take care now.
No, wait. please.
I think we're done here. Besides, I ought to get going. Let go!
What has gotten into you?
Nothing. You're just being a bother.
Wait, please. Hey, stop right there, sir.
Ooh, what's going on? Why all the yelling?
Judging by the way you wanted to run from me, I think I get what's going on.
Huh? What about?
You probably did come here to talk about Taichi Suzuki, and maybe squeeze in some sightseeing on the side. But with how you're acting, I'm guessing you saw this recently.
Oh, that's,
Your plans changed when this video started going around. Suddenly, rumors that Kazuma Kiryu is still alive and kicking spread all over the internet, despite his supposed death. Word got to you too, didn't it? Right after you agreed to meet with me here.
I don't know a thing about that.
What's going on?
If Kazuma Kiryu really is alive and in hiding, then you wouldn't want to tip off the police. Even a minor detail about his past runs the risk of endangering him. Long story short, you don't want to sell your friend out to the police. But after coming all the way to Yokohama, it looked just as suspicious to cancel our meeting. It all makes sense now. That's why you're trying to act like you don't know Kazuma Kiryu.
You got the wrong idea. That's completely off.
Where you're coming from, you probably aren't too sure if I really am Kiryu's friend. In that case, it'd be best for you to say I've got the wrong guy. Keep mum and leave your seat. Chief Nakajima, this has all been one huge misunderstanding.
Huh?
Neither Tokyo PD nor the Fukuoka police knew that Kiryu had been employed at Nagasu Taxi. Have you ever gotten a call from the police asking after him? I'm positive you haven't, because I'm the only one who knows about your connection to Kiryu. After all, I heard all of this from the man himself. In fact, he even told me about the first time you two met. He helped out a woman who was being harassed, but let himself get beat up in the process. At the time, he had nowhere to go since he had to cover up his history with the Yakuza. He nearly gave up on life. That's when you entered the picture. You took him on and hired him as a taxi driver. That guy's known as the legendary Yakuza. You think he'd crack in the interrogation room? I heard all of this straight from the horse's mouth. I may not know what's going on in his head, but I consider him my best friend.
Date-san.
Well, that sure explains a whole lot. Guess it can't hurt to trust you then.
How about we turn back the clock? Start fresh, take it from the top.
Works for me. I found out that Suzuki-san was actually Kazuma Kiryu from the news. Saw him in that Yakuza scuffle up in Kamurocho. Must have been a little while after he left our place. All his old co-workers were pretty shaken up, me included. Sure, I knew he was no run-of-the-mill guy, but I never thought he'd be the legendary Yakuza. Also, just between us, a lot of my employees are hiding scars because of something or other in the past. Same goes for me, too. So I was never, ever gonna rat out Kiryu-san to the police. But the moment I told myself that, news got out about Kazuma Kiryu dying somewhere in Hiroshima.
That must have been shocking.
Of course it was. But now, what the heck even was that video? I can't make heads or tails of nothing no more. You know something, don't you, Date-san? Is Kazuma Kiryu... is Suzuki-san still alive? Please, Date-san?
Well, I guess it wouldn't be right if I just lied to your face after unraveling all that, so... I'm just gonna say no comment.
No comment?
That's not enough for you?
That's great. Real great. Just what I needed to hear. You know, you're a lot like Suzuki-san. No tact, no skill at lying, and a good man.
This coming from you? You're just as bad at lying.
You got me there.
After getting to know you, Chief, I think I get why he wanted me to pass on a message.
Huh?
When the two of you first met, he had just drifted all the way to Kyushu in order to protect his loved ones from his own past. That was the lowest point in Kiryu's life. In a place with no one he knew, with no one to turn to, with no one to talk to or depend on, until you showed up and lent him the hand he needed.
Mm-hmm.
Words can't describe how indebted he feels to you. Still does, to this day.
Ha, that's so. And I got something to say to him, too.
And what's that?
The last time I saw Suzuki-san, I left him with these words. You're part of the family now, Suzuki-san. Just be sure to come back to us, no matter what. I still stand by those words today. So if you ever find yourself in trouble, you'll always have a home with us. I'll be waiting for you back in Kyushu. So just remember, you're never alone. Think you could tell him all that from me, Date-san?
Ah.
Thanks again, Date-san. Got to wrap up some unfinished business there. Now the Chief finally knows how much I appreciated him. There's nothing more I can do now.
Come on, don't be like that.
All right, that reminds me. You said I was your best friend?
No, I mean, I was just trying to, well, you know, earn the Chief's trust. I had to.
Your words really cut me to the core. They were comforting in a way, especially in these times. Could you not take back what you said?
Yeah, of course. Hey, you want to hug it out?
I'm not drunk enough for that.
Yeah, figured.
Hello?
Dante.
Sure, under something.
No, see, Sayama's in town.
Sayama? Kaoru Sayama?
The one and only. She gave me a call not too long ago. You up for it? Yeah, thought so. But honestly, you should go. You guys went through thick and thin together, right? Least you could do is see how she's doing.
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry for dumping this on you. I didn't know till just now either. So, mind cutting me some slack?
Actually, I appreciate it.
See you later then.
Are you tired?
Well, good to see you, Kiryu. Are you set? I'd like to take you somewhere. I assume you're ready to go?
I'm prepared.
Great. Then let's get going. When was the last time you saw Sayama, anyway?
When I moved to Okinawa, so that'd be a little over 15 years now. We first met in 2006. To think it's been 17 years. Kaoru Sayama, a former detective in the Osaka police, and the ace of Division 4, the anti-Yakuza task force. We partnered together for a certain incident regarding the Tojo clan. And then, as the bomb kept ticking down, I decided to spend the last moments of my life with this incredible woman.
Damn, 15 years? I haven't seen her for a while either, but nowhere near as long as that. Earlier, she said I'm something of a big shot at work, you know.
What's with the big talk?
Nobody else would listen to me brag. Well, it might have been 15 years, but Sayama's as sharp as ever. There's a chance she'll spot you at a distance, so we better play...
I don't know.
You're hopeless. Here, take these. Wireless earphones and mic. We usually use them during investigations, but I'll loan these to you. That way, you can listen in on the conversation, and I'll be able to hear what you have to say, too. Come on, let's get moving.
She hasn't changed one bit.
You look busy, as usual. How long are you here for?
I'll be leaving the day after tomorrow.
How's Tomio-san doing?
She's great. Mama's been manning the bar every night. I think she's doing even better than me.
Glad to hear it. Best you spend time with family while you can.
That's certainly true. But still, it's been a long time. About 6-7 years or so, right? The last time we spoke was when you called me about Kazuma's passing, I believe.
Right. Sorry for dropping that bombshell back then.
It's fine. I'm sure I would have heard about it sooner or later. After all, he was quite infamous among the police.
No kidding. His name always popped up whenever something big happened. You got any guys that buy into the whole Kazuma Kiryu hidden mastermind conspiracy?
We do, yes. Kazuma Kiryu is actually still alive. He's been pulling the strings behind society as we speak. Those rumors, right? What kind of officer would say that? It's complete nonsense.
Well, guess that means his legacy was that impactful. Can't blame folks for making him into some urban legend, especially if they never knew him.
I suppose so. But to think he's gone, even now, I still can't fathom it. How can someone as tough as him just die? How? When I've seen him cheat death time after time.
Unbelievable, right? He was one stubborn son of a gun.
He really was.
Still married to the job?
Pretty much.
Heard you transferred to the juvenile division. That was news to me.
Shocking, right? Some career path.
But you requested to transfer, right? There a reason for that?
There is actually. It's all because of the dissolution.
The Great Dissolution?
Yeah. Remember how Daigo Dojima and other big names started a security company after all that went down? It was a haven for former Yakuza.
Right.
I figured if Kazuma were still alive, he would have lent them a hand. That man is practically the icon of the old Yakuza and all. I'm sure he would have taken it upon himself to clean up after them too. And if they were in charge of the cleanup, then as a cop, I could work on prevention. At least that's what I thought.
In other words, you're trying to prevent kids from becoming petty criminals or joining the Yakuza. Hence the transfer.
Right you are. It's tougher than I thought, but it's rewarding work.
And that way you could feel connected to Kiryu.
That's one way to put it. If I wanted to sound cool, that is. But yeah, that's why I'm bent on pursuing my new dreams. And that's why I want to keep doing what I can. But maybe a part of me is still waiting for him. Aren't I just so faithful?
Sayama, look, the truth is...
Don't, Date-san. It's fine.
Something wrong?
No, you're just way too good for him.
Thanks for that, Date-san. Seems I was a luckier man than I thought.
Seriously, you're telling me. You sure you don't want to tell her anything?
I'm sure. As long as she's got a dream to chase. She's better off without me around.
That's the hardest pill to swallow. But you know what, Kiryu?
What?
You should live how you want to. If there's a woman you love, you hold on to her. Never let go. I'm getting jealous just looking at you.
I guess you'd know best, considering you've gone through a divorce before.
What? Low blow, man.
Sorry, it was just a joke. Thanks, Date-san.
A real heartbreaker, aren't you? But I meant it. Yeah, every word. Just do what you want to do. You've got tons of folks on your side, supporting you. And don't you forget that.
I won't.
What?
I haven't warmed up yet.
Fight.
Yes!
Think I'll enjoy this.
My heart.
I haven't.
I've got
Okay.